Hello Leo, how's it going? Welcome to my channel. This is TESA's Tarot. If you are a returning subscriber, you probably see that I'm in a different location, so I'll explain that in a second. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I do spiritual guidance, tarot readings, and typically I'm in Chicago in my room, but I am currently in Las Vegas right now, so it's a gorgeous day. It's still very early in the morning though, and it's always really nice in the morning, and then it gets really hot. So I get up really early, and I like to take advantage of being out on the patio in the mornings. I am hanging out with my grandma, so that's why I'm in Vegas. I came to visit her. So I don't know how long I'll be here for, but yeah, this is where I'm at right now. Um, okay, so things to know about this particular reading. This was supposed to be a mid-June reading, and it still kind of is. It's supposed to be from June 15th till the end of the month, but I'm actually going to push it to June 20th until the end of the month, which is actually when the solar eclipse is going to happen. Um, so I figured that would be kind of a great way to start a reading as well, especially because the solar eclipse does have to do a lot with new beginnings, and it's also going to be on the summer solstice, and it's going to be in Cancer, okay? And that's when we're going to be switching over to the Cancer month. And Cancer is, it's a cardinal sign. It represents the beginning of summer, so it's all about new beginnings, about starting new projects, about doing new things. And this particular solar eclipse is going to be very, very significant, but I don't want to go too much into detail about it, so I am going to post a link down below of a YouTube channel you can watch if you want to know more about this particular solar eclipse in Cancer and what it means and what kind of energies are going to be significant. I did find this one particular YouTube channel or YouTube video that explains it very, very well. I really like the way this girl talks about it. So I'm going to post that link down below, but you can also do your own research as well. Okay. For this reading, also typically I spread the cards out on the table and you're able to see it, and I put them all out at once. I'm not going to be doing that this time, especially because I am limited in space and it is a little windy. So I don't want to put all the cards out and have them blown away. And I also kind of like it this way because then I can focus on one card at a time and kind of talk about each individual card as we go through the layout, as opposed to having it all in front of me and then me being able to see the future already or be able to see the cards that come up already. And I think this will work better because it will allow me to focus more on individual cards and get you to kind of see the progression, okay? Yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so I did already pre-shuffle. I did already meditate and pre-shuffle on your sign. So everything is ready to go. So I'm just going to start pulling the cards, okay? So for your underlying energy, we have the Chariot. And this is really cool because this is actually a Cancer card, all right? And especially because you, Leos, you guys come right after Cancer. So with this as your underlying energy, you're just it's a very fast moving energy. And I feel like with this particular solar eclipse, you're just going to be ready to go. You're just going to be ready to move and take charge into the world and go after whatever it is you want to go after. This is definitely a very passionate, kind of heated, very powerful kind of solar eclipse, and this is a very powerful energy. So it's almost like you're embodying that Cancer energy, and the Cancer energy is definitely about being in the home, okay, and kind of carrying this feeling of carrying your loved ones with you, but still going out into the world and still going after your goals and going after your dreams and going to do what it is you want to do, with that feeling of you still kind of have that home element on your back. You still know where you came from. You're definitely very much rooted in that. So with this solar eclipse happening, it's almost like you're taking the full force of that. You're taking that full the depths of that Cancer energy, and you're just running with it into the future, which is metaphorically is really kind of cool and interesting, especially because Leos you guys are a fixed sign and you come right after Cancer. Okay, so it's almost like you're just like going right into the future. You're excited about it. So July is going to be, I have a feeling that July is going to be a really, really fun, it's going to be a really good month for you. Here I'm already talking about July, and this reading is only until the end of June, but okay, we'll get there. Your motivation. Okay, so your motivation, you have the Nine of Swords. Now this is Mars and Gemini, and with the Mars energy right now, very, very strong and powerful and dominant because it is in Aries. It's in its home sign. Um, the Mars energy right now is very prominent, like everywhere. Um, just generally speaking. And the Nine of Swords does talk about anxiety and a kind of overthinking, thinking a lot about like maybe like things that you have done in the past or issues that you've had to deal with in the past. So, but this is your motivation. I get the feeling that like you kind of want to straighten these things out. I get the feeling that you kind of want to like, your motivation is to heal these old wounds. Okay, she's got like these like swords tattooed on her arm, but I also kind of see them almost as scars. So I see your motivation as kind of like you wanting to heal these old wounds or old traumas or things that have happened um, in your past or in your life that have created that create or have created or continue to create like a feeling of anxiety, like things that you overthink and things you think about too much in your head. Maybe even like lose sleep over, and you're just like, I don't want that anymore. I think you're ready to like let go, and you want to. Before you let go, though, you have to kind of like take the time to heal. Okay, so this is your motivation. Now, what you're feeling discouraged by, you have the Eight of Wands. This is Mercury and Sagittarius, and this is all about fast movement, fast communication, messages coming in from the outside, messages you might want to share. So I have this feeling that this is something I feel like you want to say, like, you want to go out in the world, you want to go do things, you want to go with this like fast moving energy and go after the things that you want to go after, say the things that you want to say, create inspiration. But with this as what you're feeling discouraged by, I think that you still know and you still understand that there are things that you have to deal with on a personal level first. And that's why the desire to kind of move with this quick energy is kind of making you feel a little like sad. You're kind of like, I need to be with myself a little bit longer. I have all this energy, but I need to be with myself a little bit longer. Okay. So I think you're just feeling a little down about that. In your surrounding energy, you have the Nine of Pentacles, and Cancer also got this card in this position. And the Nine of Pentacles is a symbol of independence. This is Venus and Virgo, and this woman, she's very much financially independent. She's very much financially stable. She's at that point to where she can enjoy the finer things in life. She can enjoy animals and art and all the things that that bring her like satisfaction and that just make her feel like she's independent. She's got this. But at the same time, and this is what I was talking about with Cancer, if you look at her face, like she kind of looks emotionless. She kind of looks like she doesn't have any emotion, and she's kind of she's so comfortable in her life. She's surrounded by all these wonderful things. She's so comfortable, but like it doesn't really look like she has much like it doesn't look like she has feelings. You know, it doesn't look like she really like cares about anything. She kind of looks like a ghost almost. So, and this card like it's a beautiful, beautiful card, but like with the energy that I'm picking up around this card at this point in time, it's really, really interesting because it's almost like people are looking upon this energy as like not fulfilling anymore, or this feeling of it's like you can be comfortable, you can feel comfortable in yourself, but then what you know, like where's your soul? You know, like you don't want to lose your soul. You know, so you don't want to lose your soul amongst your material possessions. You don't want to lose yourself in that. And it looks like she kind of has lost herself in that. So with this is in your surrounding energy, maybe you're kind of feeling this around you. Maybe there's somebody that you're looking at or you're feeling this kind of energy around you where you're realizing what really matters and you're realizing what is going to like what is really going to make you happy. You know, is it things? Is it material objects that's really going to make you happy? Or is it something else? You know, it's like you know, a lot of the times we do look at these people that are independent and we want to be that. We want to be independent. We want to have money. We want to be able to enjoy the finer things in life. But if your soul is not in the right place, it's kind of like, I don't know, are you really going to enjoy it? Or are you just going to be comfortable? Comfort is nice, but is comfort inspiring? Does comfort inspire you, or is it just comfort? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we're going to move on to your advice card. So in your advice position, you have the Ten of Swords. This card also came up for Cancer, but it came up in a different position. This is really interesting. And another thing that I'm noticing is that a lot, like energies are really, really tying in together between different signs. And I feel like it's because of all the different planetary activity that's going on right now. There's so much planetary activity going on with like Jupiter's in retrograde, Saturn's in retrograde, Mercury's in retrograde, and Venus is in retrograde, but it's about to go to like there's just so much happening. Please look into it if you want to know more. And I feel like energies are just going to like, you know, we're really like mixing in with so many different energies like all around us and with each other. I'm going to stop babbling, but the Ten of Swords is Sun in Gemini, okay? And yes, it looks absolutely horrible. It signifies the end. It's like, oh, someone has, you know, it looks like it's like betrayal, it's death, it's the end of a cycle, but I see this very much as hope because it represents a new beginning. So the way that I see this in your advice position is kind of like there might have been people in your past who have hurt you, who have shown to be not, like truth has come to light about who they are. Maybe they have shown themselves, their true colors have come through. And with this in your advice position, it's like, see the light in that. It's kind of like, because this is the sun in Gemini, and the sun is your card. Like Leos, you guys are represented by the sun. So there is kind of like an awakening within this truth. And I don't really see this as a bad thing at all. Especially with this in your advice position, it's kind of like you guys own the sun. It's like see the light in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like see that as a good thing, that you have discovered the truth in something, you've seen the light, and you can now move forward on a new path or in a new way that represents that sun energy that represents that like truth energy of like seeing the light in things that is going to bring you more into your own element and more into who you are and where you want to be. Cool. um, Moving on, the best way to move forward from your worries, you have 10 of Pentacles. This is Mercury in Virgo. Okay, so there is there's a kind of like legacy that is, I think, that is in your life, like a family. It's a family dynamic. I see this as kind of like you are so supported. And not just supported, but you have it in you. It's like, know that you have these roots. Like you have this kind of, this, I don't want to say attachment to family, but you have this like, it's like a bloodline. It's like you have these roots that you are so grounded in. And with you guys being a fixed sign, you guys are all about that stability, that grounding. And this is like something very, very like comforting. It's kind of like in the pit. I'm feeling it kind of like in the pit of your stomach. It's kind of like you just feel this grounding energy within the kinships, within the kinship of your family. Okay. That's where you find your strength. That's where you find your strength and your ability to kind of go out into the world and do whatever it is you want to do, or whatever you need to do. So with this is like the best way to move forward from your worries. It's kind of like you don't even necessarily have to be around your family to know that it's part of you and it's always going to be part of you and they're always going to be there and it's always going to be this like, you're always going to have these roots and you're always going to have this kind of like family kind of legacy to like fall back on. I don't know if that makes sense. The best way to move forward in a positive light, you have the Queen of Swords. This is Libra energy. She's dominated by the major arcanas of the Justice card and the Empress card. Okay, so the best way to move forward in a positive light, kind of like take on that energy of just like go getter and you know, sword energy, air energy, very intellectual, very communicative, very wise and well maintained in the way she communicates herself. So just as long as you just keep communicating your truth and communicating, your in the way that you are showing who you are, like speaking your truth, expressing yourself with that go-getter mentality, with like no one's gonna stand in my way, that's gonna be that's the attitude. Yeah, that's the attitude that you should have right now. It's just kind of, the Queen of Swords is still very compassionate. She's still very much guided by like the water elements, but she knows how to communicate. She knows how to say what she needs to say to people in a very like balanced, stable, but also loving, like coming from the right place kind of way. Sometimes it could come off as a little like hurtful or this or this, but it's nothing, If people can handle it, they can handle it, and if they can't, they can't, So that's what I'm seeing here. Okay. All right, and then for your final outcome, you have the Six of Cups. It's a beautiful card. Six of Cups is Sun in Scorpio. Sun in Scorpio. So Sun is your ruling planet, and remember in astrology we refer to the Sun as the planet. And it's all about like nostalgia. It's like about spending time with the people that have like from your past. Okay, and the people from your past can be like the people who have like brought a lot of joy into your life, that have made you happy, that have or someone from your past is going to pop back up into your life, and they're going to show you their light, which is what you want. You want to see their light, but I see this as kind of like an innocent kind of energy. It's kind of like very playful, um, a very playful kind of energy, like a coming together, and like a coming together and understanding, like a kindred soul, a kindred spirit, somebody that you feel very much connected to, um, like on a deeper kind of level. And Scorpios are very deep. So, and with this being the Sun in Scorpio, um, it can definitely be somebody that you feel very connected with on a deeper level. Maybe you've probably been through a lot with them, um, and you guys keep learning from each other. And there's definitely a beauty in this relationship. Okay. So this could have been actually what you might have been worried about from the beginning. You know, maybe you wanted to kind of like confront your own demons. Some truth has come to light. So this reading could have been about maybe a particular relationship that you were trying to kind of navigate. Maybe do some of your own inner work, and maybe they were doing their own inner work. So you guys can kind of like come back into that playful kindred spirit kind of energy. All right. So that's what I'm feeling here, Leo. I really hope this reading helped. Happy solar eclipse, and I will see you guys next time.